I am no sicko from the United States. And my mom is a famous doctor. I fell from a tree and hit my head when I was 6 years old. And after that, my mom got very nervous about me and followed me even when I went to school, and even installed a tracker on me. I didn't like this feeling at all and had a big fight with my mom, but it was she who protected me when my life depended on it. When I was in 8th grade, I was very popular and was the star player on the basketball team. Once during a game, I fell and bruised my knee. My mom jumped out of the audience, screaming hysterically and hugging me. It was so embarrassing. Then she forced the principal to give me a month off to recover. I spent the next week lying in bed, watching videos about crazy moms like my mom. It was my friend's birthday party a few days later, and I felt better enough to sneak out. But just as I was about to kiss this handsome guy, my mom barged in and smashed up the music system, saying it was too loud. "Mom, are you crazy? How did you find me?" It turned out she had installed a tracker in my phone to know where I was at all times. We had a big fight, and I warned her that if she ever did that again, I would leave her forever. Surprisingly, it worked, and she backed off a bit. I was soon back at school, relieved. I was expecting a grand welcome, but to my surprise, no one greeted me. That's because a girl named Carrie took my place. In the month that followed, I noticed that everyone was very happy with her, even the teachers. I wondered if she was too good to be true, and she just happened to appear out of nowhere to take away my popularity. But I wasn't about to lose to her. The basketball game was about to start, and I was going to show her who the real champion was. But on race day, I could see Carly cheering for me along with the others. In fact, she had the loudest cheer of all. It was then that I slipped on the basketball court and sprained my ankle. Carrie let me lean on her and took me to the nurse's office. I started to think I was wrong about her. She was really nice. Later, when I got home, my mom saw the injury I had sustained and thought it was dangerous for me to participate in such a sport, and grabbed my shoes to throw them away. That's when I realized that the shoes were full of oil underneath, and that someone had deliberately let me slip and fall. I had a vague feeling that it was Carrie who had done me in, but since I had no proof, I decided to be nice to her for the time being, and see if she had any other tricks up her sleeve. A few days later, there was a big selection quiz for the national team, and I witnessed Carly mixing something in all the players' free juice. A few minutes later, students were running in and out of the bathroom with their stomachs covered. As expected, she was selected as a finalist using underhanded tactics. I followed her to the women's bathroom to question her, but she kept putting on an innocent, pitiful face, and even started crying loudly. Suddenly, a couple of girls came out of the bathroom cubicle and pushed me aside and told me to apologize to her. This was a dream. I pushed her away hard and left in a rage. Now I knew that she was a cunning fox, and I had to be smarter than her to do it. Soon, the election for student council president was announced. I was excited to participate in the election, but I didn't expect that the wrong person would be in the election, and there were students making posters for her campaign work. One day, I was studying in the library when I heard some noises. I walked over to check it out and saw Callie bullying a kid and threatening him. Seeing this, I had a plan. I told him I could help him. I just needed him to tell the truth, and that was it. A few days later, each candidate was to speak in front of the entire school, and I was ready for a good show. A few minutes before Carly was about to go on stage, the guy she had bullied stood up and spoke. But I didn't expect him to betray me and blame me for all the bad things Callie had done. When everyone heard that and started throwing paper balls at me, I had no choice but to run away to save myself. When I came back from the event, I saw the two of them laughing and talking about how to humiliate me in front of the crowd. I couldn't take it anymore and went up to argue with them, but I couldn't beat them, and they locked me in a tiny janitor's room and took my phone. I tried to bang on the door, but it wouldn't open. I was about to give up when I suddenly heard a knock on the door, and it opened. It was my mom, and she had found me. I couldn't believe it. I hugged her tightly and asked her how she found me. Mom said she had put trackers in all my shoes, and although I couldn't accept it, it did work. allowing Mom to find me and save my life. The first thing I did when I got out was go grab my phone back and expose the incident to the principal and his parents. After it was all over, my mom hugged me. I said, "Thank you, Mom. Thank you for saving my life. And I love you so much. But please stop using the tracker."